What is up, guys? This is the Overleveled podcast, episode 43. And wow, I started a little bit late, and that's on me, just because I had to take an exam. Hopefully, you guys can understand that and not crucify me. But yeah, we got a couple of things to talk about, a couple gaming topics and stuff like that. What's up, Talati? Some controversial things, some things that will, I guess, ruffle some feathers, so to speak. But I guess we can, introduce Jigga. Jigga was on here, I think, 2 times right now, and this is like the third time. So I appreciate Jigga for coming in at the last second. But nonetheless, we'll get this thing popping. This is interesting. I believe it was trending on Twitter too, and it's about Hitman 2, and actor Sean Bean will voice the character Mark Faba, or Faba, in Hitman 2's first elusive target mission, Kill the Undying. That means Bean is portraying yet another character who's doomed to die, as has been the actor's professional lot in life. It's a talent of sorts, I suppose, says Bean as Mark Faba in a tongue-in-cheek live-action poking fun at Bean character's penchant for dying. I never expected to be like this, but they keep trying to kill me, I've cheated to death countless times. I'm like a stage musician. I know all the tricks. They think they're clever, but they got nothing on me. I've even managed to make them think I'd been blown up. And it says Hitman's elusive target mode was introduced in the last game and gives players only one chance to assassinate an individual in the limited time mode. So maybe that Bean escapes at least a few times after all. As the video continues, it reveals that Bean's Mark Faba is himself quite the accomplished killer. Aside from shooting what seems to be a hitman doing an adequate job of pretending he's a psychiatrist, Mark Faba also reveals a few makeshift tools of the killing trade. Character notes that he can make a flash grenade out of a toy robot, a compact explosive out of a pen, or use a pair of earbuds as a strangulation device. What's more, Hitman fans can vote on which of these 3 weapons they want to unlock as an in-game Hitman 2 weapon. Hitman 2 will be released on November 13th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And, that's dope. I mean, if you guys want to kill Sean Bean himself, Mark Faba, you can do that by buying Hitman 2 and doing that mode that they set up in Hitman 1, I think that's pretty dope to have like a famous actor, and I'm just wondering who paid for that, to be honest, because they're technically still in a independent studio, and even though like the publisher is WB, they don't have the rights. It's like distribution, essentially. It's like a little deal they got going on there. But what do you think, Jigga, about this, having like this famous actor in Hitman 2 for like a limited time for you as the gamer to kill him?
Is this in the game?
Yeah.
I'm not a big Hitman fan, so I really don't know much about it. But I like the Hitman is so.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
It's slow and tactical, but I'm not really like I used to like games like that, but I didn't kind of got too less patient for it. But that's a good thing though. Like,
yeah,
they're by themselves now, so it's like they can do whatever they want to with this game. So hey, yeah, man,
I'm just wondering where they got the money from. Is like, or Sean Bean was a big video game fan. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's something I could think. I can't see them paying him that much money because weren't they just like? I mean, I know they newly formed or whatever because they were released or whatever from.
Yeah, Square Enix.
I can't see them. I don't know.
They only have a partnership with WB Games.
Yeah, probably. It could do WB do a lot. Can you talk? Do a lot of distribution with like indie games. Like you make the game and we'll release it for you.
Yeah, they did it with gonna do it with Cyberpunk in North America as well as The Witcher 3. So, Inspector, what do you think about this? Sean Bean, you're able to kill him for a limited time.
It's funny because, as you said, Sean Bean is known for dying in all of his roles. So it's funny that he's going to be dying in this. I mean, it's cool. Like, I haven't played Hitman since Absolution,
Yeah.
But
That was PS3, right?
yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't even think I finished that game, if I'm being honest. I think I don't I think this was like when we got betrayed. I think that was the part where I just stopped playing for some reason.
No, I liked Absolution.
I might play it. I also have it on PC, so I might redo it. I don't know. What do you think about this, Taladia? Sean Bean, you're able to kill him for a limited time.
All I can say is this is 007 GoldenEye all over again. Because he played a character called 006 in GoldenEye. They killed him off for a time being, and he came back. So it's the same thing.
But then he died again.
But then he died again. Yeah, so it's the same thing here. So I feel as if this is just... So some fans will bring back some memories. For some of them, will just be like, whatever.
Yeah. Alrighty. I guess we could go on to the next topic. And let me see if I have... Okay, we can do one of the Rockstar things. So Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser says the developer has moved away from using name actors in recent games, citing egos and a player immersion. I kind of disagree with the player immersion. Like, for me, when we're talking about player immersion with big name voice actors, I could, or big name actors in general, it doesn't matter to me as long as the role that they play is good and it feels organic. I'm totally fine with that. Like Spider-Man 2, for instance, even though I love the game, yes, we had Tobey Maguire, just like Wolverine, or is it X-Men Origins Wolverine? It had Hugh Jackman as well voicing, Wolverine himself. Like both those actors in those games, they're amazing actors, right? But video game format, they're not that good. If you played it, they did it for the paycheck, or they were just contractually obligated to do so. And it's like a double-edged sword. It depends on if they're going to give it their all, or they're like, I could care less if this is a video game or whatnot. I mean, that's back in the PlayStation 2 generation, so we're in a different time frame. So Houser specifically brings up his experience directing Burt Reynolds in GTA Vice City, who apparently shouted, "Get the limey out of here." After an argument, Houser also had to ask another director to take over following disagreement with Public Enemy's Chuck D while making GTA San Andreas. In his recent games, Rockstar has tended to cast more well-known voices in smaller roles. Danny Tabarelli, The Adventures of Pete and P, as Jimmy D. De Santa, and GTA 5, for example. The interview points out that perhaps the most famous actor in Red Dead 2 is Graham Greene, who was Oscar nominated for his part in Dancing with Wolves. Houser calls Greene's work in a seemingly small role as brilliant, saying that his Native American chief character is losing his rights as an independent king, and he's a gentle soul in that violent world. And, me personally, I'll just restate what I said before. It just, for me, doesn't matter. If they do well in the role, I'm fine. If they do an amazing job, that's great. But if this big name actor just doesn't do anything or doesn't put in the work, then for me, that's a no-go.
Well, I don't see it as that. I don't think it's that they're not putting in the work. It's different from talking to somebody to talking to shoot a paper in the microphone. Mm-hmm. Some people can't emote like they want to, or they need to when just talking to a mic. And it's some people are really great at that. So that's why they should focus on just focus on people who know how to do it and who've done it before. And you see okay, they know what they're doing.
I agree with that. Because I think there are big, actors that are good in those roles too, big one that comes to mind is, gosh dang it, who was one of them? I am trying to remember. It just came to me. I'll just say it later, but the guy from Quantum Break, Iceman. That dude was actually good.
Also the black dude.
What's his name?
Yeah, but he was good now.
That black dude transitioned well from
yeah. He's also in Horizon Zero Dawn, and
Yep.
he's in Quantum Break too. So like
And
he's good at it too. He's also in Fringe and stuff like that, and the TV
Destiny.
shows.
Oh man, both Destinies.
Mm-hmm. But like
Yeah.
overall, like I like that dude a lot. Anytime I hear him, he's amazing. As well as who plays Anderson? I think he's also in Mass Effect. I think he's a known actor. I just don't. I can't recall, to be honest.
Is he really known? Oh man.
Yeah, he is. You know, I had to look at it. Oh man. Didn't we have Samuel L. Jackson in a video game? Wasn't he in GTA?
He was in
San Andreas.
And Andreas, yeah.
If
they're good with the role, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe was in, I think,
Beyond Two
Until
Souls.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no.
He was in.
Beyond
Yeah, he
Two
was in.
Souls.
He was on Beyond Two Souls. I think he was also the Doctor in Until Dawn.
Really?
Yeah. I might be wrong. It's another. No, it's another big name actor.
I forgot who the other like. Oh, Detroit Become Human. That was a couple named actors. The one who did the Revolution.
Brian Deckard.
No. Well, Brian Decker. I wouldn't say he was super famous. He was in a couple episodes of shows I've seen, not like big roles. No, I'm talking about the one that led the Revolution. The androids.
Oh, I know who you're on about.
Yeah, he was in a couple shows I've seen.
I would say Hayden Panettiere, but I don't consider her because what was that game? That horror game.
She was in Until Dawn.
Yeah, like I feel like that game was probably done differently where like they was like in the room with other people, so it's like it's easier to emote when you're talking to other people.
And
I would say also that was full motion capture.
Yeah, motion capture probably does wonders now because like we're having what's his name? The guy who plays Daryl in The Walking Dead.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus with the guy who plays Hannibal.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. If they did this like in a booth, I'm pretty sure they would be awful in it. But when they're doing the motion capture, is where like it makes shit easier, breaks that barrier, and makes like the voice acting better because they're doing it in all like real time and shit like that. So that's also kind of like a thing to understand. But like I feel like when Rockstar says that, they also want to not spend that much money. Sometimes I feel. And that's totally fine. You still have a good voice actor for your roles in motion capture. I'm completely fine with that. But I still think that you saying that you just don't want big name roles, ruining the immersion, I disagree with. Because
and it might be because like when somebody's established, like certain things you can't do. You can't say certain things. Like if it's like some voice actor who's not really known, it's like you can talk shit to him probably more than you can like a big
you can like push him around and I guess
like, hey, redo the line. You keep redoing the line. If it's a big name actor, he can be like no.
That's true. I feel that.
That's how I feel.
What about you, Inspector? What do you think about Rockstar not using big name voice actors or big name actors? There you go.
I pretty much agree with you. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like if the role calls for it, like for instance, Gary Oldman was Reznov.
I completely forgot.
In the Call of Duty games.
Yep.
And that was a different voice, but like I didn't get distracted and say, oh, like it's not as bad as I would say Kiefer Sutherland, because Kiefer Sutherland in World at War just sounds like Kiefer Sutherland. He just yells at you all the time. I think some actors are better than others, but I don't think it would ruin immersion.
Yeah, I just think it's Rockstar's way of saying we don't want to spend that much money, or we want to make these guys do what we tell them to do.
Like I think y'all forgetting about one big actor and one big game, and that's Terry Crews in Crackdown, dog.
Oh. That game, bro. Nah, dude. We can't talk about that Crackdown. Dude, I guarantee you that shit's getting delayed. I'm pretty sure it got delayed again to a different day. Instead of February 22nd? Yeah, I'm pretty sure like in the Xbox store, if I like pull it up right now and search Crackdown 3,
I'm
Like,
pretty
they're
sure.
giving different dates for that game. Oh man, it's never
Crackdown.
showing up.
Crackdown, yeah.
3 is the Dark Phoenix of video games.
Oh man,
It just keeps being
Crackdown
played.
3.
It should be the garbage can of game industry and just delete that shit, bro.
Oh man,
Put it in their computer's recycling bin, bro. We don't need it, bro.
Dude, I downloaded Forge for PC, Halo Forge, because of Strat.
Dog, don't do that shit dead.
Oh man. Oh yeah, it's February 28th right now. So yeah, they did delay it.
Wait, what come out? Don't a lot of games come out in February?
February 22nd was the time frame that a lot of games were supposed to come out.
Days Gone come out in February.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like January, February is fully like I think pretty good games come out in those months. They dumb. That game dead, bro. They killing it.
What am I looking at, guys? This is spooky shit.
We can't see your screen down.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh
This
man,
is
do we want to see
spooky
that?
shit. Look at this. Why does Crackdown 3 have a 4.5 out of 5? What the fuck is this shit?
People do. It's definitely worth the wait. How is it worth the wait? You ain't even played it yet, bro. People spooky.
Dude, man, these Xbox. I believe it's done.
It's the bots.
I hate fanboys, bro. I hate fanboys.
No. It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with the bots. Xbox bots.
These aren't bots. I mean, these are fanboys. Little killer 2K.
Hey, you see that? 19 out of like 25 people found this helpful. Like how? Like people are so dumb.
I don't know, man. This is I can't. I gotta get out of this page. But so Hadi, what do you think about Rockstar not using big name actors?
Well, they don't want to get into. Firstly, they don't want to get into trouble like they did with GTA 5, right? Because
Lindsay Lohan. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the first thing. Is like as soon as you bring up like a big name like into the industry and you're using the likeness and using the voice actor, right? For that likeness, instantly people will pick up on it. So you don't want. So that is the good, smart move for them to not to get voice.
I mean, you don't have to use your likeness though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true, but with Rockstar, you can never know with them.
It just depends. It's like it depends on what they want to do. But like, I'm pretty sure Samuel L. Jackson's character in San Andreas didn't look like him, did he?
No,
it was hard to tell. That shit was so bad, like you can't even tell.
Or what was it?
I mean, it was a black guy. That's all I know, bro.
Oh man,
I couldn't tell by his face it was that terrible.
Yeah, it just depends on the director. I mean, motion capture is motion capture. I mean, Hideo Kojima freaking had a Kiefer Sutherland as Snake. He doesn't look like Snake, so it's like it just depends. But I guess we'll go on. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
There's one thing you could mention though.
Yep, we're gonna talk about more of the Red Dead 2 stuff. Yeah. We're talking about more. We got more stuff to talk about for Red Dead. Give me a sec. Actually, yeah, because we got like a bunch of news for it. Red Dead 2 is having 2 discs. So this just brings a call back to back in the PS3 generation, where we were at near the ending of the generation. If you had an Xbox 360, you would have 2 discs for GTA 5, and then PS3 had 1 disc. Now we are back to 2 discs, even though these aren't Blu-rays, Blu-ray discs, which are supposed to hold a lot of gigs, that we're having 2 discs. So probably at one point of the game that we're going to have to say, it's going to have to prompt and say, insert disc 2. And that just brings back memories.
I hate it. No, I'm done with that, bro.
Bruh, it's happening, man. We got that Japanese leak thing that they're showing with the box art with the 2 disc shit. So it's like, because they got it early or something like that. It's already shipped there. I have no idea. But that's crazy. I don't think it's online. I think Giga thinks it's going to be the online on second disc, maybe. That's what he's trying to say when we were talking earlier, but I don't think so. I think it's just because this game is too damn big. But Giga, what do you think?
How much did they say? Didn't they say like the game was like 90 something gigs.
90, 80 or something like that. I forget
So
how much can a Blu-ray hold actually.
I think it's like 40. It got to be like 40.
50.
Yeah, like I thought like 40, 50 gigs somewhere around there.
I mean,
but how did
Because most PS4
50
games are like
gigs.
50
A
gigs.
dual layer disc can hold 50 gigabytes.
wait? Well, how wasn't Gears on one disc though? No, like
No, Gears 4 on PC is way different though, in terms of like the amount of the gigs they had.
I'm talking about on Xbox. Wasn't it still big on Xbox too? Or
I don't think
know.
it was as big as the PC version. I don't know
Okay.
exactly. Like,
Yeah,
wait,
me neither. I never.
Okay,
was too
dual
busy.
layer disc. Never mind. Dual layer is completely different than a Blu-ray. Blu-ray, it's supposed to allow 100 gigabytes to 200 gigabyte.
Okay, so what are they doing, bro?
I don't fucking. This is from Open Cloner, so I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. Who knows if that shit is real? But Jigga, you thinking that you're gonna be hyped to insert the second disc?
I mean, look, I'm getting the game, but that shit is trash. They need to get rid of that. But unfortunately, maybe the game is too big, or vision is too big that it can't hold on one disc. That one disc would explode with all the vision they have.
Just imagine it's like you put in the second disc, and you're almost like you beat the game, and your fucking PS4, Xbox One X, or Pro just blows up.
Oh man! Hey, shout out to Rockstar Dog. I don't know. I'm not hyped for it, but you got to deal with it, bro.
Yep.
That's a cost of gaming.
Yep. What about you, Inspector? What do you think about having two discs?
I mean, if it's so big that they need 2 discs, and like I've never had a game that's been 2 discs, but I mean, whatever.
Oh man, you must not have gamed on the 360, dog.
Oh no,
Yeah, I had a PS3.
Oh,
all my
a lot
games
of
were on one disc.
a lot of them games had 2 discs, bro. I remember a game like was it one game had like 3 discs, bro. I'm like, dang.
I forgot what 360 was that? No, was Skyrim one disc?
On 360, I don't even remember. It might have been.
3.
No, because I had it digital, so I didn't have a disc on it. So
Let me look this up. 3 disc Xbox 360 game. Let's see what pulls up.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, dog. I don't know. I just can't imagine what that game better be long.
It is long.
Blue Dragon was 3 disc. Elder
Yes,
Scrolls 4
bro.
Oblivion was 3 disc. Final
I remember
Fantasy, I don't know. I can't count Roman numerals, so my bad.
Oh man, bro.
Mass Effect 2 was 2 disc. Lost Odyssey was 4 discs. And Witcher Rage was 3 discs.
You know what's so funny though? I was playing like Lost Odyssey and like I think it still does it, so it's like change disc even though I'm playing it digitally, bro.
What?
Or like you moving on to the new disc or some shit. It's something weird like that when I remember when I was playing.
That's crazy. What about you, Talati? What do you think about having 3 discs?
It's 2 discs.
Oh, 2 discs.
Well, maybe one disc is for story campaign and the other disc could be for multiplayer.
Well, the multiplayer is going to be beta, and it's coming out in November, so I don't think
Not
it's on
for
the second
Red Dead?
disc. Yeah. It's not releasing on date multiplayer.
That's so bad. So
Comes out like the multiplayer doesn't officially come out till next year. Beta for the multiplayer starts in November.
Oh man, I figured it out, dog.
What?
It's on this DLC, bro.
Oh shit!
The DLC already done. They just got the second disc for it on.
All that DLC, like an expansion.
Facts. It's all done.
Undead.
No, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Here's what I believe. So my thoughts are just simply, if they are indeed bringing the multiplayer, the aspect of the beta, right? Would that include of you purchasing the game, or?
It would be you have to purchase the game, yes.
Right. Okay. Because
It's not gonna be for free for everyone. No, you're gonna have to have the
It's
base
like a
game to
COD.
play.
So it'd be like COD, basically.
Yep.
They're basically doing like the first probably no for GTA 5
No,
where you
no, no.
get this you
COD.
buy the game.
No, because COD was with COD, you could get the beta if you pre-order it online multi-aspect of things.
Well, it's completely different though. You can't pre-order. It's like you have to have the base game. It's like GTA 5, the same thing. You cannot have be online because there wasn't a beta for GTA 5 multiplayer.
No.
It should as well have been labeled beta because of all the fucking bugs that it had when it launched.
And all the hacks. And all the hacks.
Because like I remember, I think my player might have been deleted after like the first 2 or 3 weeks or something like that for GTA 5.
That really happened to people. I was like, damn.
They were hacking it. I remember GTA 5, just the multiplayer aspect of it. People were just hacking it for money, for cards and stuff.
I'm just hoping that the same fan base from GTA 5 doesn't come over to Red Dead 2 Online.
They're terrible people, bro.
Because I feel like it's gonna happen.
Like all the things that they're used to in GTA 5 are pretty sure they're not going to be in there. So it's like I'm pretty sure they're not coming over.
Mm-hmm. I hope not because Red Dead's not going to be as casual. Yeah.
You can do car videos and here's the new I don't know they do like bro. I don't know fucking car videos and gun videos and shit, and you can't do that.
Yeah, I feel as if now there'll be a big crackdown on people using the online multiplayer aspect of things, so you can do such and such certain things.
I was about to say another topic, but no, I'll keep that to myself until we get to them. But yeah, no, developers are cracking down on cheating, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, that is something I believe. I think it's a good thing. They're cracking down on that type of thing. And
I mean, it's good to crack down, but not to the extent of. We'll get into it in a bit. I'll say that. But we still got more Red Dead topics to talk about. I think we got 2 more, and then we're done.
I'm pre-ordering the game, so that is something. It's just that I don't get the game until the week after it's released.
So
wait, why is that?
Because basically, I'm buying it from a shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And collecting it would mean I have to wait 1 week, which sucks.
Yeah, wait, the shop gets it a week later?
No, not the shop. Because of, certain aspects of me doing other things. So it's like, it sucks that I can't get it day one and play it day one.
I'll be getting that shit day one. I might just. I'm thinking about calling off sick for work, bro.
Bro, take off work, stream that shit. You're done.
Oh man,
they told me about the order, so they sending me that mine's blood.
I mean, if I was able to, I would rather prefer. If I was able to, I'd rather prefer if they deliver it to my house, man. I don't need to go out then.
Hey man, as long as you get to play greatness and don't miss out.
Yeah,
at least I get to play greatness, which is a PlayStation. So that's
there you go.
Hey, what you talking about? I'm getting on PlayStation 2, dog. What?
Oh yeah, he is good. Jigga ain't. I'm surprised, Jigga, you're not buying it on the Xbox.
Well, he's getting a PlayStation. So
no. He already has PlayStation. He's just buying the game on PlayStation.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. At least it'll be greatness on PlayStation. So.
Oh shit.
Oh man, but Xbox still better.
Oh man. All right, so it was revealed to us through the Vulture report as well that the game main story will take 60 hours to be. Originally it was supposed to be 65 hours, but they cut the 5 hours because it was a romance plot. Because there's supposedly 2 romance plots now. There's 1 romance plot. And they thought it did not fit well with the game, and they were like, "Nah, we're not gonna keep that shit. Let's take it out." And I was like, that's fine with me. 60 hours, that's crazy if it's just pure story like they're saying. If it's pure story like they're saying, 60 hours, that's like maybe an 100-hour game if you do everything. Which is insane. That's way bigger than Red Dead 1. I think Red Dead 1's campaign was like 15 to 20 hours to beat, like just doing main story missions. But that's crazy. And I gotta give kudos to Rockstar, if it's true that they're saying that legit, it is 60 hours to beat the main campaign. But I do also want to give a question to you guys after you discuss the 60 hours for the main story. Do you guys think that Rockstar, for this Red Dead 2 Redemption, that there will be a expansion for the game, or you think they're just going to be like how they were with GTA 5 and just work purely on the multiplayer aspect and not give any single player content? And we'll start off with Giga.
That shit's dead, bro. There's no more single player content coming from them. I mean, like other than the story, yeah, they're good, but like that DLC, all story, not story based, all online based, because like that's where the money's at, bro. Like yeah, they can. Let's say they sell 1 million copies of story DLC. That's what it'd probably be around $20, so probably 20 million. They can make that in one day of online with people buying it, all the fucking bear cards, shark cards, or buffalo cards, whatever they are. So yeah, they're definitely gonna stick with online, bro.
Yeah. What about the 60 hours for the main story?
That I just hope it's not full of like shit nobody wants to do. I hate games where like they add stuff in, but it's like full of padding and things like nobody really cares about or feel like doing. I'm trying to think what game just recently came out that did something like that. I can't think of anything.
60-hour main story? I can't. I think the only equivalent is maybe Witcher 3.
No, I can't see that, bro. I feel like it's not all gonna be main story. They lying, bro.
Rockstar, you think they're lying?
Oh, man,
or you think it's gonna be like 40 hours max?
I say 40. 40. Yeah, that sounds like a good amount of time, and especially if it's like only one character. I can't see them doing like 6 hours full of one character. But they Rockstar can pull it off though. So,
what about the romance thing that's happening for this game? You think that's like, isn't this like the first time they've done something like this with a romance?
As far as I know,
because Red Dead 1, there wasn't really romance. I mean, you had a wife and kid, but there wasn't romance to it, with your wife or anything like that.
Well, you can in GTA games. Can't you like romance a chick or something?
I think not really romance. I mean,
San Andreas, yeah, you can like get like a girlfriend, take her on dates and shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, no, GTA 4 was also the same way, I think, but there wasn't much depth to it. Like I remember.
Yeah, it might be something like that though.
Because they were going to have a second one, which, man, imagine they sell that 5-hour thing they cut as DLC story content. I'll laugh my ass off, bro.
It's really possible, bro.
It's really possible. We'll sell it to you for $20 for your second romance option.
Oh, God, I would hate that, bro. I would still probably enjoy the game, but I would still hate Rockstar. Like, how you do this?
Inspector, what do you think about the 60 hours to beat the main story? And do you think that Rockstar would be willing to do a single player expansion, or you think they're going to solely focus on the multiplayer like they did with GTA 5?
60 hours. I mean, that is long. I think they might be exaggerating a bit. I don't think it's going to be 60. I think it's going to be around maybe 45 to 50 maybe. And as for what was the other part again?
If they're gonna actually produce a single player expansion.
No, it's all gonna be multiplayer. That's where all the money is.
Yeah. Where are my single player brethren? Speak up. Tell Rockstar you want the expansion. Because I want it. What about you, Taladio? What do you think about the 60 hours to beat the main campaign, as well as if you think they're going to just strictly focus on multiplayer DLC or single player DLC as well?
I think 60 hours is a bit exaggerating. I'm thinking it's going to be more like maybe 40 hours, not 60, because come on. If it's 60 hours, I'll eat my shorts if it is 60 hours. Like, but I think it's going to be 40 hours, to be honest with you. And whether Rockstar are going to work on the story campaign, like DLC wise, the answer to that is hell to the no, because they're going to work on multiplayer aspect. Look what they did with GTA. Got money for it because of the multiplayer aspect of things. And and it's like, here's the thing. Not many people know this, but don't forget, this is the last generation for Rockstar.
Yeah, for this gen. This is their last game.
This is the last game before they go to next gen.
For GTA 6.
For GTA 6. So I thoroughly believe this, that we get Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get the multiplayer and everything that comes out, you get all your fancy stuff, right? And then as soon as the next gen it comes out, they port it to the next gen. Which I think would be the case.
Well, I mean, we already found out that PlayStation 5, through a patent from Mark Cerny, who is the architecture for the PlayStation 4, which is most likely the architecture for the PlayStation 5, that there's no reason for a remaster for Red Dead Redemption 2. It just when you have the remaster, when you have the backwards compatible thing, it's like.
But it wouldn't be a remaster though, would it? It'll just be a port change. So
it'll be a port, but then they can just have a patch to increase texture resolution for 4K.
Yeah, that's what I think it'll be. It'll be like a port from PS4 to PS5, and the same thing with Xbox. So the next Xbox will be the same thing. But it's gonna be the GTA 5 scenario. But the whole thing aspect of it is that if people buy Red Dead Redemption 2 now, how will it affect them come to PS5?
Well, I mean, they're gonna play it backwards compatible, so I think the servers could be completely fine at that point.
Okay. At least I'll tell you one thing. At least this will be a lot longer than Spider-Man PS4, which is I'm happy.
What else? Oh, we got one more thing for Red Dead Redemption. Is the biggest controversy I think this whole week. And I've been on Twitter. I've seen it. I've seen the White Knights. I've seen people defending. I've seen people not knowing context of the situation and people thinking that they know the context of the situation of what was happening. The co-founder of Rockstar Games said that their employees work 100 hours a week. And I believe it's the Vulture report as well. And many people were like, oh my gosh, Rockstar works their employees for 100 hours a week. Like, this is insane, I'm going to boycott, Red Dead Redemption 2 because of it. And then he, clarified he was talking about his team of writers that had to work 100 hours a week. And some of these former Rockstar employees, like from 8 years ago, have come out from Twitter saying like it's awful, back then, and we worked so many hours back then. It was about 8 years of them working there, and I'm just like, okay, if it was 8 years, that's fine. You got to know the context of the situation for these, and I air quote the devs, just because we don't know the situation of A, how they were let go, B, if they just got fired for not doing something correctly. We just don't know. We are always taking people's words at face value when we have to always question both sides. Like, I question, like, for the people that spoke out, it's like, we don't know 100% if you're telling the truth. What you say could be it, and we could just put a what if, like if this happened. And there's also, some documentation that 8 years ago that was true. Now we don't know the current situation at Rockstar of how things are handled now, because no one's has said anything about it now. Besides the 100-hour crunch, I think it's the crunch time, and we know as a practice for the video game industry, every fucking game studio has crunch time. And they do spend an enormous amount of money finishing the game on time or trying to finish it on time. We've had it with many of our favorite games, but the devs don't feel like talking about it because they know it's a norm of the video game industry. And now, I'm not saying if it's right or wrong. I'm saying it's a norm, and we know this. Naughty Dog games have a crunch time. The God of War games have a crunch time. Mass Effect, Spider-Man, Batman, future games, probably Avengers, Kingdom Hearts, especially in Japanese games, they have enormous crunch times.
If anybody who says this and they're an anime fan, you're a hypocrite, so shut up.
Yeah. Animes, dude, there's major.
They work them people to death, bro.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of PC players talking about this too, like they're boycotting, and I seen their little like avatar stuff. They're anime fans. I was like, wait a minute, you're not down for this, but you're gonna let the anime slide? Like, don't have it one way or the other. That essentially tells me, as an individual, that you pick and choose what happens, which means you probably weren't ever gonna buy Red Dead Redemption 2. And you're just going to use this as the excuse that you aren't going to buy it. But, anime, it's totally fine. The crunch time, because there's major crunch time in anime. There's crunch time in the freaking movie industry. Writing and everything. Yeah. Like, it is what it is.
You just want to be outraged.
Yeah, it was like the outrage was insane. And I was like, okay. And my thing is, it's like also people need to realize that we don't know all the facts as well. But people do, because we're going to take the people that got let go, left. We don't know their situation, at face value. And we don't know. Like J Main said that too in his video, which I watched. And I agree with him. We don't know. We don't know if the co-founder is telling the truth. We don't know if the former employees are telling the truth. We just don't know the situation currently for Rockstar. And that's a fact. We don't know currently. So it is what it is. But Jigga, you have anything left to say on this topic?
No, people are just look. If I ain't gonna say I would boycott the game, but if somebody comes out who works there right now and say, "Look, we're being overworked and underpaid, or we're being overworked and we don't feel like we're getting," like, then I would probably feel some type of way. But right now, it's like everybody's being quiet. Maybe they're under some NDA where they can't speak. I don't know. But I feel like there would be like at least rumors or something, like somebody will leak something out like, hey, people at Rockstar going through this or that, and we would hear more than just this dude saying at his time people were overworked or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything. I've heard from these 8-year people that left the Rockstar 8 years ago, but I haven't heard anything now currently. But that's just me. Spectre, what do you think about his statements, for the 100 hours, and then him, having to clarify it was his writing team that had to do the 100 hours, and it's optional for people to work those set hours and stuff like that. And I also got to say, if they didn't know this ahead of time in terms of signing these stuff, then I can't also fault Rockstar. If it were, they said clearly you had to work, set amount of hours, and you signed into it knowing well, then that's on you also. But if they didn't have that too, then that's on Rockstar. But Spectre, you go.
Yeah, I do feel people overreacted to the statements, and I do feel I hate when people have fake outrage like at this, because people get outraged at everything these days, and the problem is, like, they say they will boycott it, but they'll end up getting it anyway. Mm-hmm. So their words don't really mean anything. And as for him clarifying, yeah, like, it makes sense that, like, some parts of the team will work more hours than others. 100 hours is a bit much, but as you said, it's optional for them to work those hours. So
yeah,
it was their choice and not the company's choice for them to work that many hours.
No, And then until if we get more information, we'll recover this topic. But that's like our thoughts right there. Now we'll have Taladia speak about this topic.
Sorry, wasn't paying attention.
It was about the 100 hours that everyone was blowing out of proportion for devs working on the game, and then the co-founder having to re-clarify that his team worked 100 hours and that is optional for the developers to work the 100 hours.
Right. Well, I think it's a bit out of proportion coming from whoever wrote this out, but coming from what's it called? Well, who was it again? The
the
guy.
co-founder of Rockstar?
Yeah, that's it. The co-founder coming from. Well, it had to take the co-founder to come out and say, "Look, this is what our team is doing." I think he did the right thing, but we'll find out soon enough if Rockstar did enough to make this game look good, look glorious.
Alrighty. So we got, I think we got one more. No, actually, I think that's all the gaming topics here. I guess we're going to go into
TV shows.
Yeah, the TV side of things real quick. Actually, no. We'll go to movies because there's not much movie things to talk about.
Okay.
So Glass trailer came out. Big, it came out sometime. I don't know when exactly. But it came out. I'm a big fan of Unbreakable. Big fan of Split. I really enjoyed the second trailer for that movie, just because you got Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy, phenomenal performance. He doesn't get enough credit for doing different personalities, and Bruce Willis, and I loved him in Unbreakable as well. And seeing the dynamic that Samuel L. Jackson and James McAvoy have, really, really good. And I'm already sold on it. Like I've been sold after Split ended. And then seeing the trailers, more of them, that it's going to be a really, really good experience to see. And I just can't wait. Taladia, did you see the trailer for Glass that came out like a week ago?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, technically, it's the first comic book movie of that year, next year, technically.
Comic book.
Yeah, man.
Superhero.
Oh, villains and stuff like that. Oh man. Jigga, wait, have you seen any of the movies? Unbreakable,
Nope.
Split? None of them.
Nope, never heard of them.
I'm gonna have to send you movies to your address so you can watch those movies.
Yeah, I'm new when it comes to those.
You're killing me, Jigga. What about you, Inspector? Have you seen the trailer?
No. I wasn't really a big fan of Split, so I'm not really interested in this movie.
What about Unbreakable?
I never watched Unbreakable, but I wasn't a fan of Split.
Damn.
So.
Make me sad. All right. I guess we can. We got two more movie things to talk about. I saw Venom. I saw Monday.
Oh,
and
man,
my gosh,
sorry to hear that.
renovations for my theater are fucking amazing. Like, this is the go-to theater in my city. Recliners with heaters. Like, good word. Like, I fucking love it. Like, I was like, thank you. You're modern now. And that probably made me enjoy the movie even more, to be honest.
Oh, so you infected. We can't trust your opinion.
Oh, man. No, but overall, Venom, I thought was solid. I actually dug it. I'm not gonna lie. For whatever reason I did, I was like, maybe because of the humor the movie had got to me, as well as, I'm a big sucker for the Venom and Eddie Brock, interactions with one another. And I want to see more from them. And yeah, it was number one in the box office of 35 point. I think it was 35.7, 35.8. Or no, was it 38? Might have been 38.
I don't know if we can count that, but it's a Marvel movie.
Marvel movie? Oh, man. Number. I don't want to get the wrong number. It's not telling me. Thanks. Okay, it made the 30. No. So it has earned at least 385 million worldwide. It hasn't opened in China yet because China will be coming out in November that they announced, so they're going to probably make a lot of money there. So it's 379 million worldwide. It was number 1. And supposedly, so if the film plays accordingly, we may be looking at the global cume China, where we'll open November 9th of around 575 million to 600 million worldwide. So yeah, it's gonna make a lot of money. And China, I guarantee you that they will go out to see this. But it seems like my question to you guys is, do we see Sony just doing their own thing and just making these movies? Because I think Michael, the Morbius movie will be coming out, will be starting production like legit soon, what I've heard. Do you think after Spider-Man Far From Home that Sony Pictures will just take him out and not renegotiate with Marvel about having him stay in the MCU? We'll start with Spectre.
Oh, about Venom joining the MCU?
No. Well, let's say both then. We can make the argument whether or not that Marvel will include Venom to join in the MCU because of how successful it's doing in the box office, or do you think Sony will just take away Spider-Man from the MCU?
I don't know. I think most people forget that like Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Marvel is just borrowing it.
Yeah, after Far From Home is the last movie, he's officially in the MCU until if they renegotiate.
As for him like Marvel using him, I don't think Marvel is interested in using Venom at all. I think Sony is gonna milk it as much as they can from it.
Mm-hmm. So you think Sony might just take Spider-Man away, though? Or do you think that they're going to just be like, you know what, we'll make another deal with Marvel and just have Spider-Man stay there and we do our own thing?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to make another deal with Marvel and like just keep all the villains
in a universe
themselves. Yeah.
Which then makes it harder for Marvel to make movies, though.
True, but like Spider-Man has a bunch of other villains.
Yeah, he does, but it makes it harder when you got Kraven the Hunter having his own movie, Morbius having another movie.
Kraven only had like one story.
Yeah, I know, but it seemed like they don't want to go like, oh, we want to use Green Goblin, because they've said multiple times that they just don't want to use the same villains that that Sony has used in the past. And this gets harder and harder. Like, I don't think a Chameleon movie would, Spider-Man movie with Chameleon would be that good, to be honest. Electro, you can't use Electro because it's been used already. Same thing like with Green Goblin. You can't use any symbiotes.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to use like all of his villains. I think they're just going to use like Venom. And well, Morbius isn't really a Spider-Man villain. Mm-hmm. He's like more of his own character, but I don't know.
For me, it would be hard. Like, if they make that deal, who would like be the villain for the third one? That's like the big issue in of itself. Because I'm trying to think, and I can't tell you like what you can't use Doc Ock. I was about to say Doc Ock. Rhino has been used again, but no one's gonna have Rhino as the main villain. Maybe Scorpion, I guess. But Scorpion's not that interesting,
Yeah, he's stupid. He's pretty dumb.
I mean, yeah, he's dumb in the
a-
comics, dumb in the cartoons. He was never an interesting character. So I can't tell you. That'd be difficult. Talade, what do you think about if Sony will take Spider-Man, renegotiate, and just have the you know
I think
universe where it's just all villains and they're going to connect that, but just have Spider-Man in the MCU?
Well, that is hard to say currently because don't forget we still got like one more Spider-Man movie to come.
Yeah, Far From Home, and that's it.
No, after Far From Home, because don't forget the negotiation was 3 Spider-Man.
No. It wasn't 3 solo Spider-Man films. It was let me look.
I think it was a 5
6
movie
total
deal.
films.
Oh, it was
6
6?
total films. Yeah, and he showed up in Civil War, Avengers 3.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
Avengers
Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home.
That's 4.
And what am I thinking? Was it 4 or 5?
No, it's just 4 because he started it.
He started in Civil War,
then
Homecoming, and then Infinity War. After that, and now Far From Home. So he has 2 more movies. So Spider-Man 3 and maybe Avengers 4.
Well, Avengers 4 is guaranteed, essentially.
Yeah,
because they have to explain, what happened in Infinity War to Far From Home.
With Avengers 4, it's already been confirmed he's got a minor role. So
Yeah, of course. Like he's not gonna have as big of a role as he does in
Avengers Infinity War.
So like it's probably him coming back. To be honest, So yeah, they're saying people are saying it's Far From Home's the last one. Is what I've been reading up.
Nah, I don't think he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is. I think they'll renegotiate and be like, well, Spider-Man's a big character, and people would love for him to be in the MCU, continuously be in the MCU. So I think if Sony and Marvel come up to another deal again, I probably think they'll go on for another 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the fact, just remember this: Robert Downey Jr. and both Chris Evans are no longer going to be taking on the roles of Captain America.
Well, Chris Evans, I believe. Robert's like always a wild card, to be honest, because Robert goes by contract to contract in the movies. Like he just asks for more money. So
with Chris Evans, he's already confirmed.
Chris Evans, I can guarantee you he's not coming back because he wants to pursue other things. He's been saying that for a while now. So
yeah, so that is the thing. I think if they're going to look at the forefront of things for the future of the MCU, they're going to have to negotiate for more deals, more movies with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean they have to because like the new forefront of the Avengers are going to be the younger Avengers, like Captain Marvel,
Black
Panther, Doctor Strange.
Black Panther, Doctor Strange.
Maybe Scarlet Witch. That's a big maybe.
No, Scarlet Witch and
Scarlet Witch is supposed to be in the Disney streaming app, so
yeah, it's a TV show. Apparently, that's already been not confirmed, but been rumored to be a TV show.
Well, it's been like leaked and by trusted source, so it's like guaranteed like being real at this point. So,
I mean, if that's what we've saw, then I think it's safe to say, or safest to say that the next movie coming from, or the next few movies from Sony will be obviously Spider-Man. But if Sony wanted to say, hey, could we borrow, like, if you make up this deal for 5 movies, why don't you guys also have, let's say, Venom to have like a cameo role or something? Or
Venom, actually, they might just do that. To be honest, they might just be like, hey, can we have Spider-Man show up in here? Venom in here?
Yeah.
Or can we do something like this? And Marvel might just be like, it could either go both one way or the other. And they're like, no, we're going to do it like this. and then then you could have arguments most likely about this type of stuff.
But don't forget the deal for the Spider-Man franchise for the MCU still hasn't been pushed through yet, like for the next movies and stuff. But we've got to take into consideration that even after Venom, they've got to look at, okay, well, Tom Hardy can pull off a great Venom, he can pull off a great Eddie Brock. So why don't we do this? We tell Sony, look, give us like 25% of Venom. 25%. You guys can have the rest of it. So at least then Sony still have the part 3/4 of the rights of Venom, but Marvel can then use that property for the 25% in like cameo roles or roles that will suit for the character in Spider-Man universe. Wouldn't you agree to that or no?
I mean, I'm down for whatever if Spider-Man's back.
Wait, I have a question. How long do they have the Spider-Man? Do they own it? Like own it, or do they just?
Sony owns the movie license.
Sony owns the movie license, and Marvel have borrowed the franchise license.
Oh man, that sucks.
Even though they've sold the rights to Sony in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2002.
I mean, they were about to go bankrupt. So true.
Yeah, they were broke.
They were very much broke.
How did they go from that to where they making almost fucking $1 billion every movie, bro?
Well, it's simple, really. When they gave the rights to Sony, they thought, okay, we couldn't use Spider-Man, so what?
Well, technically, remember this initially, they wanted to sell Sony the whole entire Marvel franchise with all the licenses, but they said no, we just want Spider-Man.
Yeah, keep in mind.
So low-key, Sony fucked up, bro.
I mean,
Sony didn't actually mess up because
I mean they didn't think that like let's be real. At that point in time, like Guardians and these other movies like Captain America, Iron Man, if they made movies along with Spider-Man, I don't think they would have been that popular.
Yeah, I agree.
And keep in mind, when Marvel was selling these rights back in like '99 and 2000, they were still crawling out of bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. I mean, sure. But yeah, Jacob, what do you want? You want what do you think Sony is going to do?
I probably see them just keeping them in the MCU because when they make movies on their own, they're pretty much booty and they're not good. So let people who know how to make movies do it, and you just reap the reward. Just like you basically have to put no work in and still get money. So it's
I mean that's basically it. All they have to do is pay production costs, and they don't have to do anything else. They have to promote it, and that's about it.
Yep. So I would just let them stay in the MCU, dog.
Oh shit! All right, so I think that's all
for the movies.
Movies, I'm pretty sure. I guess we're gonna go into. Oh no, we got one more thing. The Flash solo film
got delayed again.
Delays production may not come out until 2021. So the Flash standalone film starring Ezra Miller has had its production delayed, potentially pushing its release into 2021. As reported by Variety, Warner Brothers is delaying the beginning of filming, with production expected to commence sometime in late 2019. Because of this late start, it could very well end up sliding to a 2021 release. Film had originally been expected to start shooting in March 2019, though this was pushed back because the script is reportedly still being worked on. To compound this issue, Miller might now have scheduling conflicts due to his ongoing role in Fantastic Beasts film, the third of which began shooting in July. It makes sense. They're not done with the script, and now you're having his other contracts with WB for doing Fantastic Beasts, and they're like... They can't do anything. They're like, our hands are tied. You still need to do Fantastic Beasts because it's a big moneymaker. I guess we're gonna have to delay it even more. I mean, I don't know how to feel because we got Flash, well, his cameo role or cameo back in 2016, right? Is where we technically first saw him in the cinematic universe. And then we got him in Justice League in 2017?
Oh, he had 2 cameos. He had one in Batman v
Oh yeah,
Superman
sorry,
and one in
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was both in 2016, right? The
Yeah.
2K. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Justice League.
So,
I was gonna say though, like, I don't think that they should. Now, I feel like the problem now with Flash is the solo film should have happened a little bit, sooner, like after Justice League, like Aquaman time frame, or a little bit later than that. By having it almost to 2021, I feel like people will start to forget about said character, in that time frame. And that's not me trying to hate. I'm just trying to say, like, thinking this, logically, it's gonna be hard for those said people to be like, oh wait, he was in Justice League, because a lot of what WB wants to do is try to forget, Justice League happened. They're not trying to reference it that much, and that's, I guess, the big issue there. Because unless Flash is gonna have cameos in other movies, which he's not gonna have a cameo in Aquaman because it just doesn't make sense, because that takes place.
I mean, the problem with referencing is that Shazam is making a bunch of references to the other movies.
Yeah, that in of itself, it's like they said this, but they're gonna do it with like the Batarang and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense there. And Shazam, could he? I mean, he could have a cameo in there, but I don't think they've said that they planned for Flash having a cameo in Shazam, that they originally wanted Superman a cameo in. So I don't know. Personally, see, it's like a double-edged sword. They want to make a good movie, but it's taking a long time to do it. And then you're going to start to lose the attention of the audience when trying to make your cinematic universe. But I guess that's my thoughts there. We'll start off with Talati. What do you think?
I think the whole Flash scenario, I think they've really done really bad. Because don't forget, they announced it pre what's it called, Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
They was
before.
Yeah, they said. Do you remember the DC slate?
Yeah.
So you remember they said, "Oh, we're gonna have Flash.
Yeah,
we're gonna have."
Well, everything changed after Batman v Superman, so you can't really.
Yeah. So I mean, and then one point they were gonna go for Flashpoint. So, for all I know now, I think you can. The safest bet is that this movie could just be a whole new thing, a whole new universe.
Mm-hmm. Do you think like they're gonna lose steam by having this in 2021 and stuff like that?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't make any sense for them to push it out. I mean, I get the fact they want to push it out for 2021, but is it gonna make any money by then? And will the Flash be even relevant then? I don't think so, because you just remember, even though the TV success is doing great, right? By the time 2021, it's gone. The popularity of Flash is gone.
That depends. Even if like Flash TV show will keep going by then, we don't know. Usually, sometimes if like the ratings get so low, it could be anything. It could be freaking what happened to one Netflix show. Well, we'll talk about that later. Inspector, what do you think about this?
I think that I get why they're pushing it back. I don't think popularity is going to wane by 2021, because I feel we're going to have, if DC, because DC now is just doing solo movies now, except for Birds of Prey.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if DC WB gets a good track record, I think people will look forward to it more than they are now. Because, like, if Aquaman does well, if Shazam does well, and if Wonder Woman 84 does well, because those are the 3 movies that they're focusing on now, I think more people are going to be looking forward to like Green Lantern Corps when it comes out, or Birds of Prey when it comes out, or Flash when it comes out. I do think these delays are harming the movie. I get they want to make a good movie and they don't want to rush, because if you rush a movie, you get like Suicide Squad, and you don't want that. Even though I liked parts of Suicide Squad, but you have to give these people time, especially if they're like rewriting an entire script. You can't, just like Matt Reeves with Batman, you just can't rush him. So, like, I'm a patient guy, so I can wait until 2021.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. What about you, Jake? What do you think about Flash? Coming potentially out in 2021.
I have no opinion. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched any of the DC movies other than the Batman ones.
You're just a big Batman fan. I feel that.
Most like Superman is not entertaining to me. Flash is. I feel like they're all OP, bro. It's like I can't see how a villain can stop Flash, bro. It's like there's so many things he can do that it's like if he loses, it's his fault. He's a bum at that point.
Here's the thing, like.
We're not gonna get Taladia, we're not gonna get into this whole Superman is boring argument.
No, not that. The whole Flash thing, you could make a story around it. You just gotta find the right book.
Yeah, just read anything by Jeff Johns.
You can just find the right book to go with it, and I think that'll be the case.
Mark Waid.
I don't think he's boring.
We got one more. You got anything else to say, Jake? No.
Oh man, I'm good, dog.
All right, cool.
Dude,
so
there is one more thing that you could talk about, which
I'm still keep going, man. I got a couple more, and then we're done.
No, in terms of movies that I just saw on Twitter.
What?
Lion King.
What about it?
Jon Favreau tweeted out a picture with the cast, and
there's a picture of Simba, like actual Simba, or no?
Nah, it's pictures of the actors.
Oh man. I need pictures of actual Simba.
I know, but he's teasing it big time.
Oh man, I'm down for Lion King. Totally down. But I need to see the CGI characters.
That's what I'm waiting
on. Get me hyped up.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Mm-hmm. All right, so HBO's Watchmen. What the first teaser image reveals about Damon Lindelof's series. HBO has given Watchmen fans a real glimpse of the upcoming TV series yesterday. The newly launched Watchmen Instagram account posted a photo of one of the characters in the series, a mysterious masked vigilante wearing a yellow bandana. Check out the character, this new character below. Give me a sec so I can change it to. Okay, that's a little bit too much. You know what? We'll do it like this. There it is. The teaser image. I have no idea.
Me neither.
It looks like a brand new character, a masked vigilante wearing a yellow bandana, looking like a police officer. I have no idea.
No comment.
No one knows who's playing this character or who this character is. Given that the face is almost entirely obscured, but it does appear as though this is a brand new character, not a new take on one of the traditional Watchmen favorites. Nothing about their costume corresponds to the familiar heroes like Rorschach or Night Owl. Instead, the hero seems to have a vaguely fascist, militaristic theme thanks to the bandana and cap. So, yeah, I have no idea. I'm hyped for this show because HBO tends to. I can't tell you a really bad show HBO put out. Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
True Detective season 2 was that
even HBO?
HBO? Was that HBO?
The Wire, dog. That show was trash.
What? Dude, I'm about to.
I'm joking.
Dude. Actually, I don't know if True Detective is on HBO. Let me look. True Detective.
Well, I know most people are not going to agree with me, but Westworld to me is really boring.
Dude, I'm about to. Let me calm myself
Bro,
down.
I got like 3 episodes in. I'm like, I'm not enjoying this, bro.
Dude, I love Westworld. And then when I found out who the director or showrunner for Westworld, it made a lot of sense. Because I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. When I heard Jonathan Nolan was the showrunner after I watched it, I was like, wait a minute. No wonder why I liked it. But no comment, everybody. Just
No, it's
Nope.
just too cryptic.
good progress. I can't even say good progress. Iron Fist canceled. No season 3 at Netflix. Marvel's Iron Fist will not return for a 3rd season on Netflix. Everyone on Marvel Television and Netflix is proud of the series and grateful for all the hard work from our incredible cast, crew, and showrunners. We're thankful to... Wait, let me back up.
Yeah, he's not completely dead. He's going to make cameos. So
No. I need to back up a minute and try to rephrase this. Grateful for all the hard work from our incredible cast, crew, and showrunner from season 2. Because Scott Buck... disgusting, terrible showrunner. Dude should not work ever again on a show. I'm sorry. Ruined Dexter, ruined Inhumans, ruined Iron Fist. More like why would you hire this man ever again? We're thankful to the fans who watched these 2 seasons for the partnership shared on the series. While the series on Netflix has ended, the immortal Iron Fist will live on. Reps for Netflix and Marvel told IGN.
He's just going to be in Luke Cage.
I think it's going to be like Heroes for Hire. Exactly. Some people are like, oh, Iron Fist is going to go on the Disney streaming. No. They said repeatedly that they're not going to have the mature audience rating for their shows on the Disney streaming app. The most you're getting is like, what, TV 14, right? Mm-hmm. That they said that. Like, it makes no sense that Disney would put, let's say, the Punisher, Daredevil. No, it's supposed to be, family-oriented streaming app. It's not going to happen. But
garbage. Oh man, no, it sucks.
It sucks. I have not finished season 2 for Iron Fist. So far, I liked it way better than I did for season 1. Season 1 was utter trash. Scott Buck needs to go back to film school because he can't direct and he can't write. But it is what it is. He's going to have a Heroes for Hire. That's the logical thing, and they're going to wrap that storyline up somehow for him. And whatever ends up happening in season 2, it sucks, but Daredevil's around the corner, so I'm gonna feel really good once Friday hits.
I just wonder who next. Like, are they? So I know Daredevil's probably not going nowhere because I'm pretty sure it's successful.
Oh, it's very successful for Netflix. Same thing with Punisher. They're still having the same showrunner for Punisher, so that should be good too. Jessica Jones is getting a new showrunner. Good. Season 2 was I don't know about Luke Cage. They might have the same showrunner for season 1 and 2. But what do we think about this? Jiggy, you got anything else to say for Iron Fist being canceled?
I mean, it sucks because they set up season 3, and I wasn't into it, but I was like, I want to see where they're going. So it's sad for me because I wanted to see that. But at the same time, it's like, the show didn't blow me away like Daredevil or the first season of Luke Cage. Second season was meh. Or the first season of Jessica Jones. Second season meh. Yeah. So it sucks, but I can't. It wasn't doing much.
Yeah, I still blame the downfall for Iron Fist because of Scott Buck.
Oh man,
that's it. He gave the impression, and you know what happens when you make a shitty first season? A lot of people don't want to see the second season.
It started off on the wrong foot, and it wasn't. The second season wasn't good enough to bring it back.
Yeah, it's like people are like, "Yo, Iron Fist is out." What? Like there wasn't really hype to it, and there's hype for Daredevil season 3. There was no hype for Iron Fist season 2. Inspector, what do you think about Iron Fist being canceled?
No, I'm not surprised. Yeah. To me, the only Netflix Marvel show I care about is Daredevil. I couldn't get into Jessica Jones, even the first season. I watched like the first 4 episodes. I'm like, this is kind of boring. I dropped it. I never got around to watching Punisher. I watched the first episode of Luke Cage and never went back to it. Just
No, I can't blame you, dog.
yeah, it's like when your first episode doesn't hook me, like I just don't really go back. But I'm excited for Daredevil season 3, which comes out on Friday.
Yep, and I have class. Yippee. Because it comes out 3 a.m. Eastern time. Doesn't make any damn sense. Not midnight like in Pacific time, but 3 a.m. Pisses me off, dude. Claudia, what do you think about Iron Fist being canceled?
No comment.
No comment. Oh man. Alrighty. We got 2 more and we're done. Daredevil has been getting a bunch of reviews for 6 episodes. Have we gotten an official episode count for this season, or they haven't said?
I don't know. I don't think we have.
Well, usually they give them halfway through, so it's probably like 12 episodes.
Because Iron Fist was 10 episodes, right? And they gave out 6 episodes already to.
Oh, well, then maybe I'm spooky. I thought they usually they said we get like halfway through the show.
Huh. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look it up. Daredevil. It doesn't tell me.
It doesn't tell me either.
I'm surprised that they didn't say anything. Legit. I looked it up. Iron Fist tells you, but this one, nah. So a lot of reviewers are saying it's really, really good. From the first 6 episodes.
I hate that.
They said there's one scene that everything supposedly from Wilson D'Onofrio, everyone's really good with the story arcs.
You mean Vincent D'Onofrio?
Gosh dang. Yeah, I'm calling him
D'Onofrio.
Vincent. All right. Oh man. He's really good as he's legit Kingpin supposedly in this season. His character progression has gotten to this point now. He's become Kingpin, donned the white suit, and all that. Supposedly, the fight scenes are really, really good in this season. I think it topped season 1 fight scenes. That's what I've been hearing from people. And I've heard one reviewer say that there is a very intense fight scene that lasts for 13 minutes.
No, I can't see that happening.
But for 13 minutes, you can't see it happening?
No.
It said he counted it. Supposedly it's the reviewer was it's 13 minutes one fight scene was.
That's gonna be a whole bunch of jump cuts.
Hey, man, I'm fine if it's a good.
No, I hate jump cuts.
Jump cut. What? So you're a big fan of Daredevil season 1, no cut?
Yeah, I just wanted real action, bro.
Dude, that shit's hard to do, bro.
I mean, I get it. It's hard to do, but hey, it's worthwhile to me.
I don't know if they said it was jump cuts or not. We'll have to see whether or not.
Probably gonna be a mix.
Or you can do tricky camera tricks where it's he goes behind the wall, comes back.
Camera tricks, supposedly.
If the camera tricks are done right, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it adds to the immersion of the fight.
Yeah, I gotcha. But they said Matt's at his low point. I think he's abandoned his faith or something like that at this point, and he is just wanting to be Daredevil, and he is done with God, and he doesn't really. I don't know if they said he doesn't care about his friends or whatnot. Supposedly Bullseye or Poindexter. No one knew Poindexter is Bullseye. I'm sorry. You should have knew, bro.
Wait, no, Red Hood.
Red Hood be spoiling.
You mean Bullseye?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, who played him in the Ben Affleck film?
Colin Farrell.
Dude, worst Supposedly, this Bullseye is a lot better than Colin Farrell.
It's so fun to make fun of him.
I was like, gosh dang, man, that was no Bullseye. I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do with that film, but this man, never again should he be in a comic book movie because, oh man. But overall, everyone's saying it's really good. They did have a poster out that I want to show that I actually put on my phone's home screen and background screen, and it looks really, really nice to me. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like the Daredevil posters are somewhat better than the Marvel posters. You know?
Oh man, he's spooky, bro. What are you talking about? What?
Hey, I'm saying it how it is, bro. What's the issue?
You got it.
What's the issue?
You got it, bro.
Well, you don't agree with me?
No, I can't agree with that, dog.
Like, look at that shit. That fucking poster looks nice. Not gonna fucking lie about that. Like, because it's going back to the classics too and shit like that. Like, looks dope to me. That poster looks better than 90% of the Marvel posters. Because 10% is good for the Marvel posters. Like, let's be real. And we're gonna like sugarcoat this shit. Like, Marvel posters aren't that amazing. I don't think a lot of the superhero posters are not that good, to be honest. I always give them a pass, say they're decent, it's solid, yeah. But overall, like, dude, I don't think I've been this hyped for a Marvel thing for a while, unless it was like Black Panther, Wonder Woman, or Avengers: Infinity War. Like, I'm hyped for this shit.
If you want to talk about bad posters, let's talk about those CW posters.
Oh my god, are we talking about the one that Stefan Amell?
Yeah, they're like switched.
I don't know why they're doing that. You would think, like let me. I think it was on. Was it on his Twitter or Instagram? Completely forgot. Let me search it. Oh, it's showrunner. I don't know. I heard she's decent for Arrow season 7.
No, I thought the first episode of Arrow season 7 was good. Yeah, those that Photoshop is so bad.
Bro, why does he have a beard? That's my question. Wouldn't you just like have Barry have the beard and Stefan clean shaven? You know?
Yeah, but
doesn't make sense.
I guess during the photo shoot they were like, "Oh, he has a beard. Might as well keep the beard."
I hope that's not on the show. Because that shit's gonna look weird I think it's gonna look weird seeing these guys in the suits, to be honest.
Yeah, like it's so weird because like they made the Flash suit to fit Gustin. So do they make like a whole nother Flash suit to fit Amell?
I guess. It has to, because Amell's a lot bigger than
because Amell's like twice the size.
Yeah. They have
Gustin.
They had to plan this a while, so they had to make another suit.
Yeah. Well, this episode I think is already done shooting. I think they've been shooting like Arrow since like June, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think they're like.
I was saying like before that they custom made this like, or in the process of making it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they didn't just be like, yeah, Stefan, you have a tight squeeze in this, man. Big place.
No, they're not gonna do that.
Oh, I hope not, dude. But overall, I don't know about the crossover event. Like, I have no idea whether or not it'll be good or bad. Like,
I think the last one was good.
It's just because I just fell out. Like, I was done with the Flash. I'm trying to get back into Arrow. I'm legit on season 5 of the last episode, I think. So
yeah, I gotta catch back up. I fell out too. I can't be mad at you.
I've watched every episode of Arrow. I will say that it gets better in season 6. Well, season 5 and season 6 is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I because I'm watching it on Netflix right now, so I have a lot of backlog for Netflix. To be honest, it's just fucking too much for me. It gets overwhelming at times, and that's a good thing, I guess. but I have a list and it's just too much for me. But oh yeah, what are your opinions on going into, I guess, Daredevil? Because we're we were going to talk about that, and I think that would be the last thing to talk about. But like, did you hear anything else other than some of the reviewers reviewing it and liking it and like the fight scenes, and did anything stand out to those reviewers giving out those opinions? And we'll start off with Inspector.
I'm not surprised it's getting good reviews. All the seasons of Daredevil get good reviews.
I'm surprised people are saying it might be the best one if it continues.
People said that was season 2 though too.
I like season 2. That was a big 50-50. Like, people still loved it. They didn't know whether or not it was better than season 1.
Yeah, like some people like it more than season 1. Some people like it equally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I like it equally. I think they're both great seasons, but I'm really looking forward to season 3.
Dude, I was scared. I'll be honest, I was scared because the showrunner, I don't think he really ever was a showrunner before. Like, he worked on A Man in the High Castle and Arrow, so I didn't know what to expect with him on board. After the showrunners for season 2 of Daredevil leaving, I was like, oh gosh, please let it not be bad. Please let it not be bad. And yeah, I'm surprised that there's complexity, or like Bullseye is gonna be very interesting. And I didn't think they were going to do that. I thought they were going to just have Kingpin as sophisticated as he's always is in terms of like complexity and Matt, struggling. But I'm surprised that they did a lot with Bullseye, supposedly. Like, are you surprised with that, Inspector, or no?
Not really, because they like going deep into their villains, so.
Yeah, I mean, sure. This is what I'm saying. It's like there are some villains that you need to have a TV show for. And it's like it's harder to develop villains when they're on the big screen, because it's just they don't get enough screen time. And then if you do give them enough screen time, there are those fans that will complain that, hey man, I didn't get to see much of my hero in the suit. We've had that before. People complaining about the people not being in the suit and all that.
But you gotta ignore them fans. They're weirdos.
But what about you, Jacob? What did you hear anything interesting with reviewers for this season?
After I heard it's the best season ever, I stopped listening because I don't want to be too hyped. Not going and watching, I'm disappointed. So I was like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying so far the first 6 episodes that they've received, because they don't have the rest, because they don't want people spoiling the show. But what about you, Talati? What do you think
of
the praise that the first 6 episodes of Daredevil season 3 is getting?
I think it's getting. If it's getting good praise, that must mean it's a good show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna have to wait and find out for ourselves.
Yeah, and I guess I'll leave one topic for Inspector, because I haven't seen the show yet. I probably won't see the show until Young Justice comes out. The first 2 episodes comes out.
I've already seen it too.
Yeah, I guess I'll lead you to. So I'll start with Inspector, and then you and Talati can discuss, Titans. Episode 1.
Yeah. I thought it was a solid start. Like it was the first episode was basically like just introductions to all the characters. I really like Raven. I think she's good. Even though she's like really young, I don't know. Like, and they revealed her costume is like her final costume, or like whatever her costume's gonna be. And it's like really weird that they're giving a 14-year-old a midriff. So that's like really weird in her. But I like Dick Grayson. I know people don't really like how brutal he is, but I think what they're doing is they're making everyone like really dark, but when they get together, they're gonna like, I don't want to say get lighter, but like find like new hope in each other.
Yeah.
Yes. They do explain why Starfire is in that costume, but she will be getting a new costume sometime later in the season. And the rumors that you heard is that when she like confronts her pimp or whatever, it's not a pimp, it's a club owner, mob boss. So whoever said there was a pimp is wrong. There, she does snap a guy's neck. I don't know why like DC loves snapping necks, but
Oh God.
like for Starfire, but Starfire's from a warrior race, so she doesn't really have like, I don't want to say she doesn't have qualms about killing, but like I guess that's the thing. We'll just see what happens later, but I think the episode was solid. I liked it
All right. What about
a
you,
lot.
Tim?
Oh, I saw the episode. I thought it was a really solid start. I felt obviously introducing the characters was a great way to see how they portrayed the actors portrayed each characters. We got to see, obviously we got to see the Robin again, Robin's parents again. But the gruesiest thing, all I'll say is there is one gruesome scene that you might actually be like, or something along those lines. With that, I felt as if the actress who played Starfire did a really good job. And it's a weekly show, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
Inspector. Yeah.
yeah, it's weekly, and then it's going on Netflix once it finishes. Well, for international people.
Yeah.
For international people, yeah. But fortunately for me, because I was, I'm gonna say, but
So wait, how does it work for Netflix? They just get it each week as well?
Yeah, they'll get it each weekly. So as soon as they
Oh,
show it on,
I thought it wasn't on Netflix. I thought they're just waiting for all the episodes to come out and just like put them all on Netflix at the same time.
no, I think that it's every week, unless I'm mistaken. Let me
Oh
double
no,
check.
they've never done that, so I can't see them doing that.
Let me check.
On DC Universe, it's weekly, but I think
Let me just double check. 1 second.
on Netflix.
Yeah, because like they had the same situation for Star Trek as well. Like it's on internationally Netflix.
Yeah, let me just see.
I just don't know because I'm not an international guy.
Like I'm an international guy, so I can check.
I could be
change
an
my
international
VPN.
guy, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right, so Titans will come to later this year.
Okay, so it's once it's done.
Once it's finished,
like
done.
December.
Yeah.
I think is when it finishes.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's
And
basically you're saying, yeah,
December
you international guys gotta wait. Oof.
Yeah, December of 2018 for international, or early 2019,
That's crazy.
which sucks, of course. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I feel as if Titans did get off to a really, really good start. The solid show. I just can't wait for the next episode, which feature Hawk and Dove. So that is the next episode, Hawk and Dove. So
sounds good. I'll just be waiting to watch it once Young Justice starts.
when does that come out anyway?
Next
January.
Next January.
But they're having intervals, so
Yeah, what they're doing is that they're like doing it like a step-by-step basis. Like they're doing Titans, and then once Titans ends, Young Justice is gonna start, and then once Young Justice ends, I think Swamp Thing.
Well, Young Justice doesn't end. It goes like
it goes on a break.
part 1. Yeah.
It goes on a break and then it comes back.
Then it comes back and done with the season.
No, they're doing the whole season, and then once it ends, the next show is going to start. It's like a stair-step thing.
They have a graph for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought that they were just doing the whole season, and then
Season 3 graph image. Can't find like where I saw it exactly, because it's basically the first half of the season is done at a certain point. Then you have like the other shows they want to show. and then they go back into the second half, and then they're done for that season. That's what I got. I just don't know where that image is. Young Justice season 3 release date. Maybe that's where they have it. No, I can't find it. Gosh dang. I don't know on what page I found it, but someone made a helpful thing for it. Okay, DC Universe. Maybe if I type in DC Universe time slate.
But the thing is with DC Universe itself, I think that it sucks for international people.
Oh yeah,
it really does, because people in the people that I know in the UK are just like, oh well, we're getting it on Netflix, but some people have already paid for the DC streaming service. Would you believe?
Oh, okay, I found it.
So it's a bit sucky.
Oh my gosh.
I found it too. Oh yeah, it goes Titans and then the first half of Young Justice and then Doom Patrol and then the second half. And then Swamp Thing starts when like the second half of Young Justice.
I just couldn't. I had to find on Google Images. I couldn't find it exactly on the site though.
So I think it's going to be like what, first 11 episodes.
I forgot what the total amount of episodes.
It might be 22. So like it'll be the first 11 episodes for first half.
Yeah, to January to. No, that doesn't make sense though. Because January and February, that's unless they're doing 2 episodes a week.
That's January to February. No, I think it starts like the beginning of January and probably ends the end of February. So that's like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
It depends on how long January is and when they release and what day they release the episodes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. That is a very good question. What day they're going to release it?
That's true.
Because Titans is released on every Friday. So
yeah, I think they might do that with every show. Like they release it every Friday.
Yeah, I think that's the go-to thing.
Yeah, because at least it's not clashing with the CW thing either.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if they do go from the beginning of January to the end of February, there's 8 episodes. Because each month has 4 weeks.
But we'll have to wait and see, though, innit? Like,
yeah. I'm hyped for Young Justice episode.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see what Young Justice.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna check it out, but I ain't hyped for it.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be 26 episodes.
26, so it might be.
That doesn't make. They might have to do 2 episodes a week or something. Or one of the weeks it has to be 2.
Maybe it's 2-parter. Like they might do one of the episodes is 2-parter, so they might do that on 2 different days.
That's true.
So,
but yeah, that's all the topics we had, guys.
There is one. I don't know about how you guys feel about this, but now there's a rumor going around. Elseworld. An Elseworld story, what's it called? TV show for the CW network.
Like a TV show?
Yeah.
That's a rumor?
That's a rumor, yeah. So
I don't know how I feel. Because of the Elseworld's the crossover thing.
Yeah, apparently a new rumor is going around that a Superman TV series for the CW network, and that it serves as a backdoor pilot to the show. Elseworld will essentially serve as a backdoor pilot to the TV show. Ultimate fate depends on how viewers respond to the character in the event. The person who plays Superman, Tyler, as the CW Superman, and basically, according to Fandom Wire, the CW is treating Elseworld as a backdoor pilot as Superman TV series. CW will be carefully watching how fans criticize alike response to Hodgkins and Tulloch assessing whether or not it's sufficient interest in spin-off. A similar approach to the one the CW is believed to taking with Batwoman will who will be introduced in the Elseworld and is intended to launch her own series. It is important to note fandom wires reported is yet unconfirmed, so at this stage it should be treated as rumor. This most recent DC TV scoop, the idea of a Batgirl TV series was essentially debunked. What's more is the outlet does stress this project is an early development, and that they're not confident it will come to fruition. At the same time, though, this particular report is an unbelievable one. The CW is clearly interested in expanding its slate of superhero shows, like launching Black Lightning last year and considering Batwoman series. And as Tyler Hotkins' performance as Superman was tremendously well received, what more the decision to cast Lois Lane expands Superman's world perfectly. And so it's basically saying that this rumor thing could come. It could be or it couldn't be. I don't know about this, but what do you guys think? And this is coming from Screen Rant, by the way. If it does come to fruition, it's legit.
I mean, I'm surprised that they're doing it like that. Just because Batman and Superman are these characters that it seemed like they never wanted to have their own like
TV show,
legit TV shows, and I don't count Gotham as a Batman thing. Like I consider it like Smallville, basically.
Yeah.
It's like own Smallville thing. I don't know what that means for them wanting this, just because, because I'm thinking about it like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just surprised that they would do something like this for Superman and having like legit Superman thing, if it's true.
If it's
just
true,
because they never were ever gonna have like a full-fledged Batman unless it's an animated thing, or B like its actual movie. And
just remember though, like this obviously this is a rumor. So if it does come to be legit, like it's gonna be like somewhere along the lines of Supergirl's universe, of course, right? So it's gonna be like, oh, are they gonna do like a Lois and Clark thing from back in the 90s, or they're gonna do it like we don't know. Or only time will tell when the crossover event happens. So so that's from what I've saw on the internet.
Yeah, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, this was reported today.
Because I don't know what that means for the bigger like things for
like
Superman.
Arrow. Because like don't forget, Arrow is like what, season 7?
Yeah.
So it's got like a couple of more seasons left, right?
Well, they said this themselves whenever Arrow ends, so they're gonna be milking Arrow for a while.
Yeah, and Flash.
So, like it might be the next Supernatural shoot.
We don't know with the Flash. Like we don't know with the Flash because the Flash has.
Flash is losing steam. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah, Flash is definitely like I saw Flash first episode. I was like, okay, cool, but then the second episode is just like, it just went down a little bit. And but when it comes down to Legends, of course, Legends is last season. So, is it the last season or no?
I don't know. I forgot.
If it's
I have not kept up. I stopped watching Legends after the first half of the season.
Right. I think it's this last season. So if it's definitely is their last season, then that must mean they are trying to push out more mainstream media, especially with the failure of the DCEU stuff. So they're trying to put it onto the TV shows, and they're trying to see how it does on TV compared to the big screen. If it's legit, so.
Weird.
But what about you, Inspector? You got anything to say about this?
Not really. Like, I guess it's interesting, but like, I don't think I would watch it.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it, I believe.
I guess we'll do our outros now. Guys, if you're watching this as a video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and make sure to leave us some comments below if you agree with our topics disagree respectfully, just put that in the comment section below. Make sure if you want to see more content from the Overleveled podcast to hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell notification so you guys can get updated as when the podcast goes live, as well as some of my other content if I make it or if I have enough time. But most of the time, if I do have somewhat time, make sure to go over to my Twitch channel at RedHood420. I do a couple live streams here and there when I have enough time. I did a live stream yesterday for about like almost 3 hours doing Quake, fighting an invisible wall and looking at invisible necromorphs in Dead Space 1, then going to Batman Arkham Asylum. So yeah, we were traversing the gaming streets into different genres. And it was dope, and I had a great time. And make sure to hit that follow button as well on Twitch, and make sure to follow me on Twitter at RedHood240, so you guys can see if anything interesting I post or any interesting things I retweet. And make sure to follow everyone here. And I do gotta say, thank you for Jigga for coming on. And Jigga, where can they find you at?
You can catch me on Twitch and YouTube, Jigga April, and on Twitter, Jigga April 1.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep, and make sure to go follow the Usual Suspects podcast. I'll be returning this Friday and causing all kinds of mayhem with my return. And make sure everyone's in check in the podcast,
Nice.
Yeah, man. Inspector, where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Twitter at The Inspector.
And Claudia, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, which is at mteladia. You can also find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Teladia Plays. Same thing with YouTube is Teladia Plays. I'm currently finished. Well, I've platinum Spider-Man PS4. So now I'm just waiting for Red Dead 2 to come out. We'll be doing Red Dead 2 story mode. And yeah, just make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Yep. And completely forgotten. Side note. Next Tuesday will be a DLC for Black Cat. I did not check if today was true. If New Game Plus came out today.
No, it's not.
Oh man, the PlayStation blog for Europe lied.
No, what happened was it came out on what's it called? One of the people who worked at Insomniac basically said that they made a mistake. They had to redo the whole thing.
Oh man, lies. Well,
They lied.
Gosh dang it. Well,
It could be Friday. So
Friday. Psh, I don't got time for that. The freaking DLC comes out Tuesday. But whatever. Guys, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week.
Bye.
TK.
Gosh dang it. I tried to end it.